Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I can't believe I hit the freaking start stream button and the record button, and my computer was like, nah. That was ridiculous.
Record button was like, no, I don't think you will.
Yeah. Anyways, before we get started, just to make sure we get all the legals out of the way, this is the Tithe and Blood. It's coming out on June 16th. We did request and get a key for this, for the full game.
Yes.
So yeah. Yeah, check it out on Steam. There's a little thing. We'll play this. Just so you guys know, it's today, Thursday, and then I'm gonna be out of town for a week. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
I'm very excited.
Same. Oh my god, this is so gay. It's the perfect game for Pride Month.
It's the perfect game.
Anyways, so just so you know, we got nothing else. We got no other guidance. Just enjoy it on our own. And there's a part. I think there's a part we can't play to before the game releases, but it's fine. I don't think we're gonna get there, considering
We'll probably not get there.
Considering
how much we talk.
Yes. Speaking of, did you read Chainsaw Man today?
I sure did.
I
sure did.
Oh my god. Okay, real talk. I was like the first half, I was like, oh, okay, oh, I like that. And then the last couple pages, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be very honest. I kinda got lost.
I was confused.
Yes.
And then I saw her and I was like, oh.
Yeah. I don't really understand what the choice is, you know? Or I'm just that much of a bird brain. So,
you know?
Yeah. But we'll see next week.
We'll see we'll see next week. I'm excited. Did you read Dandadan?
Yes.
Yeah, bro, what the heck?
Okay. Why are they flying the snake like a windsock? Excuse me?
So, I just stopped asking questions.
I like where they're going.
No, it's great.
The literal eye of the storm. There's a literal eye? Excuse me?
It's a literal eye of the storm. I can't wait.
I know, I can't wait either. It's gonna be a ride. The next couple chapters are gonna be a freaking ride.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm probably not gonna be up to date for like a week, which makes me really sad.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna be busy.
Yeah, I'm really sad about it.
Damn.
Did Blue Box update?
Sucks to be you.
It
did.
Oh, Blue Box updated?
It did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. So we're finally... Okay, and I remember now. So we finally have...
Finally getting crumbs.
Yeah, Hina is finally getting something, dude.
I know. I felt so bad for her.
Dude, they just disappeared her.
They left her for dead.
Yeah, for ages, dude. They just didn't acknowledge her for so long. I actually felt kind of bad because it was like Taiki
She
and...
deserves better.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, like, they're so focused on Taiki and Chinatsu being happy, and you're just like, you just know in the back of your head, Hina is in the background sad.
Yeah. Like, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, I really like Tina.
Yeah. So, I'm glad she's back. She needs to talk more.
Yes, agreed.
She needs to be more of an agent of her own, like, destiny. Yo, did I check? Hey, guess what?
Hey.
I did save the go live notification.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I didn't change it back. I actually didn't change it. Oops.
You didn't change the go live notification?
I'll text you.
So what does it say?
Well, now it says can water us.
Now it says water us?
Now I changed it to water us. But I left it as... Oops.
Oh, as you should have.
I know I should have, but it was just like, oops. Anyways.
You should not say oops, as you should have.
Sure.
That's what I wanted it to be.
That's fair. That's fair.
Our go live notification is what I wholeheartedly believe and want to say with my entire chest.
I mean, same. Same. It was mostly, I don't know if I wanted to say it on stream.
I want to say it on stream.
Okay. I want to say it on stream. I just don't want to bring down the Misery Hill mob. As someone else has so eloquently said it.
Hey, we got 3 viewers.
No, you're right.
Now or never. Fuck ice.
Fuck ice, dude. I mean...
Fuck ice and everything they stand for.
Yeah. Also, like... I'm gonna make it very, very clear here. We won't tolerate any racism, sexism, transphobia, any of that. Any hate is not welcome here at all. You will get banned immediately. I don't care.
If you think anybody is undeserving of the time of day based on their race, gender expression,
sexual orientation,
anything they can't change within like 3 seconds, fuck you.
Yeah.
And you're not welcome here.
Yeah. We're just gonna put that out there. We're not gonna revisit this because it is not our time and place to comment on all the things, but we're making it very clear here. There's no other way to put it. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. Noob and I feel very strongly about this topic.
Yes. Well, me as a person of a minority in the United States.
Yeah. Me as an empathetic being.
Yes.
I am very, very, very privileged. But
I am too, as an Asian male.
Yeah,
male,
well, you know
yes.
what? You know what? Regardless of my privilege, I still see what's happening, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's disgusting.
Yep.
And it needs to stop.
Yep. But I will say, everything that's happening, do you know what my silver lining in all this is? The curfew in downtown means I have to leave work early.
Oh my god. Sorry, boss. I can't stay at work late. Sorry, the curfew.
Yeah, boss. I have to connect to other services. I'm sorry, boss.
Ay.
I know.
That's funny.
I know.
But yeah, we don't talk about this shit because we don't wanna bring the mood down.
Yeah. Also, here's the thing.
But we do know that it's important to talk about.
Yes.
Don't get us wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get us wrong.
Yeah, and here's the thing. This is the first time we've ever gotten a key from anyone. And I don't want to turn that around. We love that this happened.
Yeah, we also don't want to turn these wonderful people's game into a man, life sucks. So sad, unfortunate, sad, awful, terrible business over.
Time for gay?
Time for gay.
Time for...
It's still Pride Month, you guys.
Yeah. Time for being so gay that you would do blood dark magic to see your crush.
Time for being so incredibly just so gay. that you would do blood magic
Yeah.
just to see the girl of your dreams.
Right. So we did see a bunch of this already. I'm not sure if anything changed.
Oh yeah, because we played the demo.
Oh, hey! Actually, no. I want to play through this. You know why? Steam achievements.
Bruh. What did we not get? Oh,
because it's a demo.
It was a demo. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a demo.
It's a demo, and now we have the game. Okay.
Yes.
You're funny. Hold on. Pushes up glasses. I need my Steam achievements.
Truly. Terrible chill hangs in the air. Season provided proof. I trip on the same word.
Would you like me to read?
No, it's okay. I want to try this. I need to conquer this.
I need practice.
A terrible chill hangs in the air. The season proving bitter as it is so often so often is here. On this cold day, a great throng of students slowly shuffles through the piled snow of the university grounds. The day's lecture is finally over. Let me turn this up a little bit. It's still very quiet.
Providing.
I know. Alright, suddenly it's a lot louder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you turned that up and I was like, my ears are bleeding now.
Yeah. I turned the master volume up and the sound effects up. Turned the music down a little bit.
Alright.
Some gossip freely with friends, while others fawn over their partners. Most, however, stroll silently. Amidst a sea of people walks one unremarkable student among many. It went without saying that I'd go to university. I was called smart, clever, intelligent. I quietly liked the praise and saw no reason to fight others' ambitions for me. As long as people told me I was doing well, I hardly cared what I did. I wouldn't say I have a career in mind, nor any particular plan for the future. I barely chose this way of life at all. I simply fell into it. Some things happened around me, and I followed the path of least resistance.
I love how she's like, unremarkable student. Oh, there's nothing too special about me. Let me just go home to my house, go upstairs where I drew a bunch of like pentagrams in chalk, and look up my book of blood magic and just perform some. Oh, hold on, let me get that knife that I bought at the convenience store with a whole bunch of other items so that it wouldn't seem like too fishy. And ow, a cut. Oh, let me just paint this really quickly. Hold on. Oh, an unremarkable girl.
Yeah, it's very unremarkable for like, it's really unremarkable here. And then she does blood magic and you're just like, excuse me?
She's unremarkable for like the 3 seconds before she gets to her house.
Yeah, true.
And then she's like, you know what would be really good? You know it would be really good to just like chill out on a nice day after school with blood magic.
Yeah. Hi Rising Temple. Where'd you hear this game from?
Right.
So we just
the devs actually reached out to us.
Yeah. They told us, hey, try the demo. And if you like it, reach out to us again. We'll get you a key. And now we have a key to the game. So
the game actually comes out on June 16th. Nightbot should power through with a thing, or Noob can post the Steam
there
thing again.
I tried.
That's
Nightbot,
please. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. We have the extraordinary privilege of receiving a key. So
yes. Oh my god.
Oh
God.
Nightbot.
So thank you so freaking much to the company for sending us Does it have choices or is it kinetic? We don't know yet.
We don't.
We just barely started this game. We have only played the demo. We only played like an hour of it.
Oh, screw you, Nightbot!
Oh, screw you, Nightbot! So it releases on the 16th.
Yeah, and we're just gonna go. We're just gonna
We're
go.
just gonna go as far as we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gay. It's very gay.
Yeah, which is honestly it kind of helped us because we were kind of paralyzed with choice. After
we also kind of wanted to play a gay thing for Pride Month.
Yes.
1, 2,
4,
3.
Oh dear God.
4, 5. It's actually so funny because I went up to Noob and I was like, hey, what do you think about playing your royal gayness for Pride Month before we play the next AI Somnium Files? And he's like, actually, someone reached out to us and wanted us to play their Yuri game, and I was like, oh, sick, never mind. Actually, that's even better than what I was... That's way better than what I was thinking about.
Yeah. The train rattles and shakes as it trundles along the desolate city outskirts, the air inside stifling from the heaters. The seats always fill before I get on, so standing for the awkwardly long ride has become normal by now. Where? With little else to do, I stare out the train door. My thoughts soon turned inward, as they so often do in quiet moments. No, not needing to study for a day of high school has paradoxically made university all the worse. Faced with more difficult problems, and never having needed to work at understanding something before me, I found myself restless. One might turn to friends for support, but by nature seems to drive others away. I always got on better with teachers than other students in any case. The city outside becomes distant, its glass buildings reflecting a great sky. A gray sky. Oh.
A great sky.
A great sky. The only color is to be seen. Color. to be seen is that of the bright red Sapporo TV tower, its wireframe girders beaming through the white snow. Not having traveled outside of Hokkaido, it's difficult to view life here in an objective lens. That remoteness hasn't hurt the city, though. I mean, every convenience one could hope for despite its distance from Tokyo. The snow season has brought an annual increase in tourists with it, a topic of some debates given the fuss and crowding they cause. The hotels and snowfields can continue their trade, though, as while Sapporo may be the capital of Hokkaido, their money is still sorely needed. Cranes work day and night to build new apartments, the city's population ever rising. The bustling train station is one of the most modern in the country, a landmark of glass outside and high technology inside. Even the trains themselves are kept in eerily perfect condition, as if every trip were the first of the day. Sapporo never stops changing in order to keep up, as if locked in a rivalry at Tokyo's modernity. Is any of this right? I couldn't really say. Like me, everyone keeps going about their day in this ever-changing city, even as the past disappears around us for modern developments, new businesses, and more money! 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 That place now, passing by the train window, is where I was born, and where I expect to die. Jesus, girl! Perhaps it's fate that I live in this grayscale city, so fitting is it for someone like me. Girl? Noob, kettle, and
money.
Yeah. The walk from the station to my house is thankfully much shorter, though the idea of selling it and getting an apartment closer to school is something I've considered more than once. Having passed
Girl, you cannot sell that house if you tried.
Not anymore!
Not anymore!
Not knowing what we know. Having passed the local cemetery.
Girl, you cannot sell that house.
Not unless you rip out those floorboards. Having passed the local cemetery on the way I enter, very normal girl chooses to walk through the local cemetery every day or on her way home.
Mm-hmm. Totally ordinary.
Totally 100% ordinary. Having slipped off my shoes, the patter of feet on wood echoes about as I enter the spacious living room. A flimsy plastic bag carries dinner from the nearby convenience store in one hand, while the well-worn messenger bag for school remains strapped over my shoulder. As my
nice house you got there.
Mm-hmm. As my eyes adjust to the light, a familiar unease comes over me. The unease of true solitude. A haunting silence hangs in the air, the room's size only magnifying the effect. Oh my god. Few things provoke this uneasy, unsettling feeling so deeply as an empty house which shouldn't be. Lurk?
Thanks for the lurk, ICG.
Yeah.
Did she say what happened to her parents?
No. Not when I remember. With my
It's
mother.
like, what the heck is she doing living in a whole ass house by herself?
Yeah, right? With my money largely going toward university fees and keeping the house, most of the rooms have been neglected. The table before me might appear a stately wooden construction, but the lie is exposed by the veneer hanging flaked off the corner, exposing cheap particle board. As if...
Maybe they use blood magic too. Hey, you know?
I'll go to a furniture
It perhaps runs in the family.
Yeah, right? I'll go to a furniture store and place it sometime, I think to myself as I hang my coat and bag. Of course, sometime is vague enough that I can rationalize away that time never coming. With my food quickly growing colder, the house itself being a little warmer than outside, I settle myself down on the cushion. The air soon fills with the studied and monotonous voice of a television news presenter as I begin to eat. The lukewarm set meal is, for better or for worse, consistent in the way convenience store food usually is. Same goes for the bitter green tea which washes it down. I wish I get set meals from the convenience store. I just get hot dogs and sandwiches.
Dude, convenience store meals in Japan are like worlds better than convenience store meals here.
I know! I don't even have to imagine because I went to Taiwan and Hong Kong and they're...
I don't have to imagine either!
I know! You know what's the craziest part, actually? There was a 7-Eleven in the lobby of the hotel that I stayed at in Taipei, and they had tea eggs.
Wow.
I was like...
There was a whole ass bento box in one of the 7-Elevens I was in.
Yeah.
I was like, you know...
Yeah. I think they had tea eggs.
I'm gonna go jump off a bridge.
Yeah, man. I think that one had tea eggs and like curry fish balls and stuff. I was just like, bro, it's all the street food that I want, but it's in a 7-Eleven. And it's hot.
Right? And it's fresh. Hasn't been sitting there for a week.
Yeah. Just, why? At least the sandwiches here have gotten better since the 7-Eleven got acquired by Japanese 7-Eleven.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. The occasional click of chopsticks is all that serves to punctuate the uninteresting news report, the woman's voice rattling off the details of another traffic accident from the snow-covered roads. A routine day, much like any other this year. My attention began to drift from the disinterest. My eyes settle on the cardboard box to the side of the table. I half-heartedly considered throwing it away, but like most, I decide to use it for storage. For what and when, I hardly know.
I do the same thing.
I'm very...
But like, not with cardboard boxes, but with like boxes that things come in.
Really?
I'm like, maybe I need this for later. Like when you get a new phone.
Yeah, with phones I keep them, but most things I'll keep it for like a week or a month at most, and then it's all gone. I need it out of my head.
Yeah. If it's a nice box.
True.
If it's a thick box.
I do pause and consider it.
Yeah.
With some of the nicer boxes.
I'm learning to force myself to get rid of it.
Yeah. It still has a shipping label attached now I look at it. To think that one thoughtless order of an otherwise nondescript book from some secondhand store would change so much of my life. The idle thought
here it is.
Idle thought confirms my plans for the evening. Putting myself to work in order to calm my nerves, I turn off the television and sort the remnants of dinner into burnable and recyclable trash. With that, I take a long breath and head to the study. Even as I walk up the stairs, I become acutely aware of the sensation from the bandages on my left arm, a now permanent reminder of this grim pastime.
Yep.
A lavish room is revealed as I enter. A musty smell of books and old furniture hang in the air. The haphazard collection of antiques and oddities is the result of a year haunting local antique stores and online marketplaces. Anything to take my mind off what was happening around. Girl! All those floorboards need to be replaced before you try to sell this place.
Yeah, you can't sell this house anymore, girl.
Mm-hmm. My eyes moved down to the floor. What started as pleasant dark wood is now blighted with remnants of dried blood. The stains run deep, no matter how hard I've tried to clean it.
You can't sell this shit.
I know. The sight going unnoticed by anyone else is one of the few advantages to living alone. Stepping around the faded remnants of chalk between the wood panels, I stride over to my desk. My laptop full of translation notes lies to one side, while a time-worn leather-bound book lays open on the other. It's likely the oldest object for many miles around, and treated accordingly. No. No assorted notes on the nature of blood magic. I'm not even gonna try to read Italian.
The note assortite sulla natura della magia del sangue.
The title alone made me curious, a curiosity which soon developed into an obsession.
I know that was terrible. If you're Italian, my bad.
What does it mean? Assorted notes on the nature of blood magic.
If you're Italian, that was purposefully bad because I knew I couldn't do it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't even try. Before long, that obsession turned from the intellectual to the practical. With some reverence, I carefully leafed through the pages. The words of the author, one Isabella di Mora, speak across the ages as I scanned the page. Translating the Italian text has been slow going, not helped by its archaic form, but what progress I've made has yielded good results. Rather, it's my body which has slowed me more than anything else. Looking between the floor and book several times, I attempt to visualize the patterns needed to replicate Isabella's experiments. The glyphs and patterns are strange and complex, more than one attempt ending in dismal failure. Realizing I begin to draw this out to avoid the necessary pain for as long as possible, I set the book down at its open page and set about the preparations. By the way, guys, yes, trigger warning, self-harm, but yeah.
Trigger warning coming up for self-harm.
Yeah. It kind of expected for blood magic.
You've been warned.
Yeah. Taking a piece of chalk from the pile of seemingly unrelated items on my desk, I kneel down and begin to retrace the intricate plans detailed in the book's pages, every so often standing to consult the sketches I'm using as guides. There's an odd beauty to the intricate patterns slowly appearing on the floor. One concentric ring is followed by another, mysterious symbols and figures filling the spaces between them. Isabella's process of experimentation and discovery, the result of a great mind imprisoned by her family, has been fascinating to uncover page by page as my translation progressed. Trying to replicate her results would soon prove even more intriguing. Slowly but surely, the detailing comes to an end and the last of the lines meet. Coming to my feet, I set the chalk deck down and set about the more distasteful side of the process. In the Cyrillic and Latin and Greek. My heart racing, I pull up my left sleeve well above the elbow, revealing the blotchy, cream-colored bandage stretching down a good portion of my arm. There's a strange feeling in keeping something hidden despite surrounded by oblivious others. Little by little, I unraveled the dressing, leaving enough at the top of my arm to avoid it falling. As the skin beneath is revealed, one dark red line after another blights the pale flesh around it. Some have already scarred, soreness and itching reminding me of their presence. Real talk, my surgery scar is like just itchy, and sometimes it hurts, but it's like real itchy sometimes. I'm like, ah!
Damn, still?
Yeah. I mean, he cut like pretty deep.
That's fair.
Yeah. Now here's your content warning.
Here's our content warning, guys. Look away if you don't want to see.
Yeah. Reaching to the desk, I take my knife in hand. The blade is nondescript by choice, bought along with random items I didn't need to avoid arousing suspicion. Bringing it to my arm, I hover above a spot below the last cut, in hopes of not interfering with its healing. My heart begins racing as the knife settles against the skin. The sound of breathing is maddeningly loud as it reverberates around the room, becoming ragged. My knuckles whiten as I clutch the knife's cold metal handle in my shaking palm. I dearly hope for this inhumane act against myself would become more natural. But even now, my instincts scream at me to stop. Instinct isn't so easily snuffed out. As the moon's light glints off the coldly utilitarian blade, I press the tip of the knife into the side of my arm. Alright.
Owie!
There it is. In one practiced motion, I overcome my body's pleading and force myself to slice the blade across. Pain lances through my body and mind, the gritting of my teeth, the only thing stopping my painful whimpers from escaping. The tool's job done. I throw it to the ground and clutch my arm tightly. Dark crimson fluid seeps from the open wound, soon flowing freely down my arm and over my hand. Crouching down, I put myself to work to pull what attention I can from the wound. Putting my hand out before me, I straighten my index and middle fingers as thick, warm blood begins to drip from them. Trying my best to minimize any nervous shaking, the chalk outlines soon turn red as I trace them out at a slow but steady pace.
Okay, guys. Her arm is out of the scene.
Yes.
You can look again.
Yes.
If you looked away.
Yes. There is still blood on the scene. Still.
There's still blood on the screen, but no body parts on the screen anymore.
Yeah. I have to take this very carefully. I remind myself, my body can't afford to do this often. Every attempt meaning days of recovery. I'm already weak, and the winter's efforts hardly help. As the last of the white chalk turns to wine dark red, I stand once more and glance about. The moonlight reflects off the fresh blood as a slow trickle still dropping to the floor from my arm. As a certain dissonance strikes me between the messy red splatters strewn across the floor and the intricate Byzantine patterns they form. The panicked thought of this being more some descent into madness briefly passes my mind. What madman, what crazed murderer would stand in such a spectacle and think themselves sane? Rather than fear such thoughts, I treasure them as I close my eyes shut. In their confirmation, I've not yet lost my mind. I can see this from the outside. I'm still human. As the book says, I concentrate on imagining the symbols and patterns around me in my mind. My emotions begin to shift and ebb, my nerves somehow becoming swept along in this strangely calming sensation. Oh! Magic time!
Magic time!
As if caught in a river, my thoughts begin to flow. Rather than fight it as I first did, I allow the slow and uneasy trickle. Oh, give me a second, it's work.
Oh, God. Spirit me away already. So while we're being spirited away, how are y'all? How was your day? How are the times? How are the horrors? Are you surviving? Or thriving? I've actually been looking for a new manga to read lately. It's really freaking hard. Because I'm in a book slump. I'm in a manga slump. I'm just reading things as they come out, but I want to read something. So if anybody has any preferably shonen recommendations, I don't really want to read romance right now. That'd be nice. And not super cheesy either. I don't think I can handle that.
Hello, I'm back.
Hey, what's up?
Everyone rejected my idea.
One Piece? Bro, I'm caught up with One Piece.
Everyone rejected my idea, and now people have emailed me and called me and is like, hey, this is a good idea. And I was like, that's literally the idea you guys rejected.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 that's so annoying.
Anyways, in my other ear, I heard something about romance manga that isn't too cheesy. Boy howdy, do I got you.
I want a shonen though.
You want a shonen? Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to read a romance.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I don't want to read a romance right now.
What is the shonen that I'm reading? Oh god. What is the shonen that I'm reading?
Because you mostly read romance.
I've been reading a lot of romance.
I know. Hi, Shisen.
What's up, Shisen?
Thanks for the sub.
Mm-hmm. Oops.
Shonen, you say? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, okay, I can't. You had me doing Gokuragikai, and that hasn't had an update for 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What's another one? Oh, I'm reading Zom 100.
I guess.
That's pretty good. I like it. Everything else is yeah. Is romance.
I know.
Romance of a sort.
That's why I haven't really asked you, because you read mostly just plain romance.
Kagurabachi? I know.
Kagurabachi? I heard that one's good.
Same. Okay. We're back. I just got...
Might check that one out.
Yeah. I'm reading all these things called books.
I'm reading these things called books. I'm reading books too, but I also just said that I'm in a book slump.
Yeah.
I'm rereading Akatar because I don't want to think. And I know that's a romance that I just said I don't want to read romance.
I think that's
but
why.
Hear me out.
Uh-huh.
I stopped reading romance because they're on the declines in terms of story. Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. I mean...
Hear me out. Akatar is really fucking good.
Fair. Jason, you need to stop asking about Rent-A-Trash. No, that is the lowest possible bar.
I'm probably the only Black Clover fan in here. See, I watched Black Clover like a little bit in the beginning. But I was such a hater of the main character's voice. So
shit pissed me off and I ain't even read it. Welcome to Rent-A-Trash. How about Berserk? Ooh.
Oh, see, I haven't read that one either, but I've been seeing a lot about how fucking brutal it is. That's why you gotta read it. I might.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to read Sakamoto Days, and it's just too silly.
Yeah, Berserk on top, but it ain't a shonen.
No, it's not.
That's an adult manga. That's an adult manga.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about how freaking brutal it is. Anyways, back to game.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Vinland Saga. Easy.
Oh, yeah, Vinland Saga. I've heard how good that one is.
Oh,
it's not a shonen, though.
Also not a shonen. Damn it. As if caught in a river, my thoughts begin to flow. Rather than fight it, as I first did, I allow the slow and uneasy trickle to take me, surrendering into the movements in my mind. Some were pleasant, others horrendous, but all proved fleeting and impermanent. Vinland is peak.
I feel like with Vinland Saga, I would want to watch it, though.
Fair.
Instead of reading it.
Oh!
On me?
Give me a second.
Eh? Work again? Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Anything from the Shonen Jump magazine? I have Shonen Jump, like, the app on my phone. So anything that's on there is free to a good kettle reads. That's how I got caught up with One Piece so fast. I didn't watch Dressrosa. I read Dressrosa. Actually. I didn't watch Dressrosa at all. Ichi the Witch is good for a new one? Oh, yeah, I've been seeing that one on there. I just, like, I look at things, and I don't click on them. What's your favorite shonen? Probably One Piece. Probably One Piece. Which one were the one you were talking about earlier, Kettle? Which one was the one I was talking about earlier? What? What was I saying about it? I don't remember. Starts with an I? Recall everything you talked about. I have the memory of a goldfish. I don't know. Same, I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I have a really bad memory. Like, actually.
I can't believe. One second.
Dude, work freaking sucks. I thought it was...
I can't believe I'm being told to work on a thing that I was resoundingly rejected on. Like, excuse me? You guys...
That's so stupid.
All of you were like, nah, it's not a good idea. We should go this way. And I was like, okay, alright. Up to you. Whatever.
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
And now they're like, hey, can you do this thing instead that you were... And they're like, they're like, oh my god, this is such a good idea because I came up with it. And I was like, me sitting here, you guys came up with my idea. Arkfell, that's a Monster Hunter monster. What's happening?
I don't know anymore.
What was a river soon became a torrent, identifiable memories and concepts becoming abstract and indistinct. Thoughts, feelings, and sensations all merged together in a surging rush. All physical sense of my body long gone as every emotion pours through me at once. In the swirling and flowing mass, the bedrock around it, the bedrock below it all begins to sway in the swirling flood. My sense of self nudges and rocks at first held by the deepest roots, yet little by little against the surging flood. I
was asking Kettle about a manga she mentioned, but we all forgot what it was.
Everyone was like, hey! Jesus, guys. I can't believe.
We did.
That's actually pretty amazing.
He was like, which one were you talking about? It starts with an I, and I was like, I don't remember.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I forget things. Half the time I forget things the moment they come out of my mouth.
You remember things? Goddamn lucky.
No.
Give me a second. Let me send out this email, because apparently here is...
While you're doing that, I'm gonna run and grab ice cream. I have my chocolate peanut butter ice cream in the freezer.
Yeah. Play the game, I'm trying. Nightbot, I keep getting called by work, man. God. Opinions on HP? What do you mean? What? She's in what? Harry Potter? It was a foundational thing that I read, and I don't think about it too much anymore. That's basically it for my thoughts on Harry Potter. I'm gonna be real.
opinions on Harry Potter in here. It's nostalgic, but fuck the author.
Yeah. I would be real. I don't think about it much anymore.
Neither do I. But like,
the author crazy. Yeah, dude.
The author's crazy. No, absolutely. She's batshit.
Yeah.
I just.
Oh god damn it! I just sat down. Nightbot.
Oh man.
1, 2, 3.
Oh god.
5. In Hogwarts Legacy? That's the thing. Okay, here's the thing, right? And I just don't remember shit from this. Here's the thing. I watched.
I still quote it sometimes because I like to make fun of some of the things. Why is Nightbot spamming so much? I'm gonna turn off a few of the things.
Yeah.
Because we have to keep some of it on.
Yeah. So I don't remember the books that is. So I don't remember very much from it. That's the thing.
Okay.
Did you turn off stuff? I can turn off stuff.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I turned off 2 of it.
Okay, that's fine. No, let Nightbot yap. We only do it mostly because there's a couple things we need to, yeah.
Yeah, we have to promo the game.
Mm-hmm. And socials.
I mean, even if we didn't, we want to promo the game.
Yeah. I know. I mean, fair. I watched someone play Hogwarts Legacy, and I was like, wow, this looks kind of boring. Because it's like every other giant open world game with like a billion things to do. It's basically, it's got the width of the ocean and the depth of a puddle.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's alright, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I have other games that I'm interested in. I didn't even finish it.
I didn't play it.
I watched someone play it and was like,
I wasn't very interested.
Nor that I want to. Fair. Why is an ocean deep as a puddle? Thank you. I was close, maybe. More than that, because every 3 so you have to stop and check for secrets.
Really?
It's very that one Formula open world game where you just have the map and you have a billion icons on it and you have to tick off all of them. Anyways. The soft graph. Huh.
The soft graph. Anyways, the soft graph.
Wow, that was impressive.
The soft graph.
The soft grass gently presses up against my cheek, the dew of early morning contrasting to the sun's warmth. And
I'm bleeding.
Find the icons, you have to cast a spell. Whatever. Yeah, I would be so annoyed if I played that game.
Yeah, that is annoying.
My eyes slowly open, but my body feels too heavy to move. Far from being unexpected, it's now a familiar feeling. Oh yeah, their version of Eagle Vision from Assassin's Creed? Yeah. Yeah. A mind too dull to do anything more. I silently watch the flowers before me gently sway in the breeze while birds squawk in the far distance. It's also different and so warm. As if waking from a terribly long sleep, I wearily pick myself up and my senses slowly return. A cloudless blue sky hangs above, with the lush green of the unkempt forest surrounding me. It's also idyllic. Here, there's no bright red tower piercing the sullen sky. The world which stretches out before me couldn't be farther from the hustle and bustle of the city I've left. The warmth of spring and its many secrets confuses my senses, jarred by the shift.
Secrets?
Oh my god! The warmth of spring and its many scents confuses my senses, jarred by the shift from the cold winter's night I left. The only blemish on the scene is a column of faint smoke from workshops in the far distance peeking above the tree canopies. Did it!
Did it.
I thoughtlessly say the words to nobody in particular. The nature of what I've done no less surreal to me now than the scant few other times I've successfully managed it. Unfortunately, my senses returning to me also means that pain is among them. Quietly set about rebinding my bandages, lest anyone here sees the scars now disfiguring my forearm. Groaning, I focus on making sure they're done tight and firm before fixing the ends once more. As much for myself as any other. I roll my sleeve back down afterwards to avoid the temptation to look. Smart. Adjusting my glasses and dusting myself off with my uninjured arm, I set off towards the town ahead. The town is Sapporo. The empty horse-drawn tram trundles along past my field of vision. The steed's hunchbacked owner patiently letting it trot along at a leisurely pace. He pays me little heed as they pass, the clatter of hooves blending with the sounds of passers-by. The shadows are small, so it must be around noon. The flow of time here always around... oh my god. Kylo, can you take over for a second? I obviously can't read.
Want me to start over from the top?
Yeah, probably.
An empty horse-drawn tram trundles along past my field of vision. The steed's hunchbacked owner patiently letting it trot along at a leisurely pace. He pays me little heed as they pass by the clatter of hooves blending in with the sounds of passers-by. The shadows are small, so it must be around noon. The flow of time here always throws me off. As I so often do when I come to this place, I find myself just watching, strolling through as if in a daze, caught up in observing this strange and foreign world. Yet this foreign-feeling world is also strikingly familiar. For reasons unknown, the magic I've been attempting transference has reliably transported me here. When I should be in some other country, I instead arrive in the same location but a century ago. The strangely dressed newcomer soon lost her novelty to the people here, few giving me so much as a passing glance as they go about their day. Words can't express how glad I am for the attention fading. Perhaps I should be glad it's the Meiji era. My modern clothing would just be another strange dress to them. Some of those walking before me mix Japanese and Western fashion styles even now to varying degrees of success.
Okay, sorry, I just got an update on how things are going to pan out with the curfew. I have to be home. I have to be in LA before 8. Like period. Like, I just... If I get there after 8, I'm screwed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah. And here's the problem. Here's the bigger problem. Better get ready then. Yeah. So the curfew is 8 to 6. 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. The problem is, if I wanted, like, say I wanted to take the first train, I don't know which of the service. Yeah. So my trains, like the big trains, are gonna run into Union and out. They're basically gonna run in, but they're still gonna have the outs. But there's basically no connecting service out of Union after 8 and before 6, which...
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard. They better not keep you after.
Yeah. If they keep...
do anything.
If they keep me after... that means I can't leave... The latest I can leave is like 6 something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to mention Baki earlier. Oh, I don't know enough about Baki.
I don't know enough about Baki either.
Mm-hmm.
This is insane. It sure is.
Yeah. We have opinions, and we already went over them.
We ranted before we started the game.
Yes. Anyways. You missed it?
I missed it. You missed it. You did. You're gonna have to watch the VOD to see our opinions.
Yeah. It's probably one of the few times you're gonna hear how spicy our opinions are. Or
yeah, one of the few times you're gonna hear us speak our opinions on stream.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen very much, because this is
not gonna happen very often.
Yeah, I can somewhat guess the opinions. Fair.
You can guess the opinions probably pretty accurately.
Yes, but we're
but we don't like to voice them because this is a safe space.
Yeah, we want to be focused on the games and hanging out. I know Noob's enough from what he hasn't read or watched. Bruh. She's just calling out my taste in manga. What the hell?
Hey, what about me? What about me? What's my diagnosis? Huh?
A couple of children run by, happily chasing one another along the street. It all feels so different to the grayscale photos and dry documentaries about the Meiji era, or about history at all. The people here feel alive and varied, from the dour to the cheerful. Pretty enough to do blood magic for.
There she is. Oh my god.
My idol
It's her.
I only know you read One Piece, Don and CSM, so I can't really say much.
There. Hold on. Let me.
Huh?
Hold on.
Hold. I'm holding.
Favorites.
Okay. Oh, we're learning about what Kel reads. Okay.
Okay. I read Blue Box.
Hell yeah.
Kaiju number 8.
Ooh.
My Hero Academia.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby Dragon. Sakamoto Days. Spy X Family. Or Spy Family.
Mm-hmm.
I read Case Study of Vanitas, Pandora Hearts, Haikyuu.
Oh yeah, she's been telling me to read Vanitas for ages.
Bruh, it's so good!
I know! Oh.
And after that, you should read Pandora Hearts.
Okay, yes ma'am.
Spell it out.
Okay, good picks.
I'm on the correct size of history. Do with that what you will.
Damn. My idle stroll comes to an end as I reach my usual destination. Outside the kabuki venue stands the brightest person here, happily seeing off someone she'd been chatting to before noticing my arrival.
あら、またいらっしゃったのね。お帰りなさい、浅川さん。こんにちは、安江さん。元気そうで何よりです。前にも言ったでしょ。安江でいいって。せめて一人くらいは堅苦しいこと抜きでおしゃべりできる相手が欲しいと。
And she's got a sexy deep voice. Oh!
She's already in, she's dropping the formalities, like damn.
Mm-hmm.
じゃあ、私のこともほのかって呼んで。
Despite my best efforts, I wilt before her sunny disposition as usual.
She's melting already.
I'm hardly even able to make eye contact as I mumble my reply. Asue takes the comment in strides, her cheeks hinting at the smile hidden behind her fan. I think I'm gonna turn that timer to 30. Actually, no, I'm gonna turn it to 20.
You're what?
Yeah.
20?
Yeah.
That's fair.
20. 20! Oh my god, I can't type! There it is. My arm suddenly aches from the wound, causing me to reflexively reach over and clutch it. Such pain is a constant reminder of the cost to get here. The tithe a normal person has to pay to mimic the magic afforded to mages. Alright, that's awesome. Just side note.
She's a bad bitch.
Uh-huh. True mages, such as Yasue. Her magic is no less amazing to watch now as when I first saw it. With mages so few in number in the normal world, and those that do exist keeping a low profile, I'm in some ways blessed to meet one who uses their abilities so openly.
大丈夫大丈夫少し疲れただけだから
Don't lie to her! Accepting my waving off of her concern, Yasue turns to begin walking, casting a glance behind her to invite me. I quickly skip alongside as she begins to slowly stroll the streets, stealing the occasional furtive glance at the woman as we go. Okay. While she's a pretty person in general, I've never quite been able to place her age. I may be terrible at guessing such things normally, but it's her hair which throws me off entirely. I've called it bleached white, but it looks natural despite her youthful face.
Finding myself self-conscious, self-voicing disabled.
Oops!
What the fuck was that?
I hit a button by accident. That was a...
Oh my god, that was terrifying.
Yeah!
That was...
I'm sorry. So that's V. There it is.
Self-voicing disabled.
That's V. Finding myself self-conscious, I turn on a hand through my bangs and neaten them, or adjusting my glasses just so. I'm not particularly good at things like fashion, but for this one person, I want to put in some kind of effort. This is a Renpy feature? Yeah. I need to be careful, because I'm using spacebar, and V is right there, and that's how I turned that on by accident.
And she's beautiful.
Damn. She does her best to make the remarks as gently as possible, but her point is made. I've been hoping she wasn't troubled over such things, but it's hardly the first time she's seen right through me.
Nothing. I'm just thinking about how gorgeous you are and how I just want to kiss you.
Oops. Yasue punctuates her observation with a churlish laugh, raising my spirits. Okay. I'll let you take over for now. For the back half of the stream.
Alright. As we head onto a side street, Yasue stops to greet a friendly hauler walking by. The man happily begins to chat as he adjusts the yoke across his broad shoulders, sacks of goods tied to either end. Not wanting to intrude, I let my thoughts drift back once again. I stumbled about in the grips of terror for some time, wandering into the town, knowing nothing of where I was or how to escape. Nearly frozen in fright, I slinked along the sides of streets, onlookers struck by the bizarre clothing I wore. How fortunate I was for some children to run and fetch Yasue. When she first caught sight of me, I wondered which of the two of us was more surprised. She senses I was of different time than the others, and took me under her wing without a second thought. Even now, I still feel like her helpless kitten that I want to kiss. She doesn't know the scene in my world which led to her that first journey, though. I wonder if she'd think differently of me for it. As the hauler shuffles off and we start walking once more, Yasue speaks up. Few of our conversations are started by me, though she seems unperturbed by this.
Extrovert. Adopted introvert.
Yep.
最近はどう？平穏な生活を送っていると言っていたわね。平穏。そうかも。大学に行って、帰宅して、夕飯を食べて、寝るだけの変わり映えのしない毎日だから。安江は？ この世界は札幌だけで、札幌の人しかいないんでしょ?
Low blow.
Yeah.
Yasue nods solemnly. I dislike reminding her of the fact, but I have only the most vague understanding of such things.
昔、私たちがこの世界に封印された時、ここは不変の世界となった。私たちにとって、今のこの姿が全てということなのでしょうね。
I wonder what they mean by that specifically.
Yeah.
と言っても、あなたが来るまで、ね。
The real world.
現実世界から人が来た時は、言葉にできないほど驚いたわ。
I think they do know that their world is different in a very specific way.
Yeah, but like, she's like, oh, 100 years into the past, and she said the real world.
Interesting.
So, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
She giggles once more, smiling to herself at the memory. How easily she laughs off her own past awkwardness. The first impression I had of Yasue was perhaps the expected one. So many photos blend together of people in formal outfits, stiff poses, and stern, serious faces. While they may try to humanize history in school, there's only so much museum trip or classroom lecture can do. My preconceptions would be dispelled in moments. In so many ways, she juxtaposed her ladylike properness with a carefree spirit. Her hair is lavishly cared for, yet flows freely rather than being tied up. Her speech is archaic and uses long, obsolete words only for her to chat naturally and openly. She dresses traditionally, yet gestures wildly and wears her emotions on her sleeve. And I love her! I know full well I'll be going over every conversation we have in my head for days, if not weeks to come, angsting over every misstep or hesitation and overthinking every expression or pause.
Girl's got a crush.
Because you're obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Yet Yasue will do no such thing. Everything flows off her. It's graceful in a manner, albeit not quite in the way I expected that word to be used. For someone of an era barely past samurai and daimyo.
がっかりさせたらごめん。でも、私にできるなら、あなたをこの世界から助け出したいの。あなたは偉大な魔術師ではないでしょうけれど、知り合えて本当に嬉しいと思っているの。この世界に初めて来たのが、むしろほのかのような人でよかったわ。
Oh.
Not knowing how best to react to her praise, I bashfully look away. My driving desire to be complimented is one of my uglier traits. I can only hope it's one of the few things Yasue hasn't perceived of me.
Nah, dude, she's got you.
Nah, she knows. She knows. I soon realize I've begun rubbing my arm out of anxiety. For all her praise, I still feel as if I'm telling a lie by omission. How would a mage react to finding the one before them is some regular person mimicking their abilities through such methods?
一つ聞いてもいいかしら。答えたくなければ無理に。
Imagine she's just like casually, hey, do you do blood magic?
ええ。ほのかはおいくつかしら。あれほどの術を使う魔術師にしては、ずいぶんお若そうね。
The jump in topic forces me to think over the answer for a moment. I can't will myself to tell the truth when she gives such a convenient excuse not to.
少し前に20歳になったばかりかな。そういうことはまだ。
Excuse.
Trails off before finish. What? So you haven't what?
That's what
She trails off before finishing her sentence, her expression concerned. I'm left at a loss for words, only growing worse at the spark of realization. As the spark of realization brightens her face.
安江？
Hmm?
来て。後悔はさせないわ。
Oh, let's go.
Oh? Once again, I find myself working to catch up with the cheerful woman. Dim lamps struggle to illuminate the table around us. The izakaya's air filled with the chatter of patrons and a heavy scent of tobacco. With liquor flowing freely and so many in the tight space, the air's taken on a distinctly muggy feel. Many of the animated faces around us flushed a bright red.
Wow, this... Wow, okay. You could have told me this was an izakaya in, like, real life right now, and I would have totally believed you.
My gaze rests on the waitresses skittering from table to table, dainty feet and sandals tapping quickly to keep up with the pace of orders. It's a little uncanny. Everything about the experience is so close to a normal restaurant, yet just different enough to throw me off.
Exactly.
As always, I do my best to avoid accidentally catching the eye of anyone in particular. Yasui does no such thing, instead looking at me with an indulgent smile.
Monoga's just like, I can't. Oh, there's a sun in front of me.
Oh god, oh god.
どういうこと？私の誕生日祝いならこんなことしてくれなくてもいいのに。
Honoka, my bad.
At this, Yasui makes a show of pouting.
ほのかはいつもそう。私があなたのために何かしようとすると遠慮するの。
Damn.
あなたの世界にも素敵なものはたくさんあるでしょうけれど、たまにはこちらの世界を堪能してちょうだい。遠慮してるわけじゃないわ。ただ、大将、こちらのお嬢さんに地元のビールをお願い。
Oh.
Oh, they're gonna drink.
Let's drink.
The man beyond the counter, as yet unseen, yells out his agreement in a hoarse voice.
ちょっと待って。私20歳になったばかりだし、まだ飲んだことがないのよ。ならちょうどいいわ。今試してみましょうよ。
I easily give up my protests in light of how happy she is to be treating me like this. I'd been too shy to fumble my way through dealing with a bar, and I wouldn't know what alcohol would be good to start with in the first place. She's gonna get drunk with the girl of her dreams.
Yeah, man.
Our drinks arrive quickly, the old man, perhaps the owner, personally bringing the bottles and glasses to our table. Yasui doesn't notice my confusion as she stops to pull out the cork in each. Even I know these usually have bottle caps. Yasui quickly obliges, passing him 2 odd silver coins. This is the first time I've actually seen sen being used. Regardless, the man cheerfully takes them before hobbling back off past the curtain. I hadn't taken her for a beer drinker, but she's clearly looking forward to this more than I as she gives it an eager smile. Trying to paper over my confusion, I quickly take one of the bottles in hand. Supporting it in one hand and tipping with the other, I gently pour the amber liquid into the cup now held by my senior's delicate, spindly fingers.
Beer.
Yasui returns the gesture soon after inviting thick foamy head forming on the glass I cradle. The calmly bubbling beer gives off a floral scent, a sharp contrast to the mess of crimson which brought me here, the smell of blood now uncomfortably familiar. Ma'am, you're thinking about blood while you're drinking beer with the girl of your dreams?
Yeah, man.
I peer over my drink to Yasui, her gaze patiently gauging my reaction. Perhaps it's my distrust of others and my own anxieties causing me to overthink every gesture, but I find myself unable to plainly accept what should be a kind gesture.
こんなことしてもらって本当にいいの？私、安江に何もしてあげてないのに。安江はいつも優しいね。
This is such. There's 2 halves of this interaction. There's, oh my god, this is my crush, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other half is very introvert, is being very adopted by the extrovert.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like she's going crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
あら、自分の誕生日を祝いたくないの？ そうじゃないの。ただ
I had expected Yasue to defend herself. Instead, she stares at me intently as if examining an interesting specimen before her.
I will note, it is still so funny that my favorite thing to do on my birthday is to disappear.
Yeah. No, it's funny. My boyfriend actually asked, like, oh, we're planning out things in, like, July and August. Oh, Noob's birthday is this day, right? Is he doing anything? I'm like, no, he falls off the face of the earth on his birthday, you're fine. And he's like, oh. Okay then.
Do not try to celebrate my birthday, because I will be gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told him. Maybe this is no different to how we've been interacting this whole time. Another of her elaborate plays, but this time with a script to hand. Each of us left to take our cues from the other, judging and moving in step with the other.
Isn't that how normal people talk? Huh?
Isn't that how conversations are had? As a particularly rowdy patron gives a boisterous laugh beyond us, Yasue smiles and closes her eyes in defeat.
ごめんなさい。押し付けがましかったかもしれないわね。
Hmm?
新しい方が来るなんて本当に久しぶりで。
You're making her sad. Drink the beer now.
いつかあなたを失うかもと思うと。
Aww.
怖いの。
Honoka, you know what you must do.
Honoka, you're making her sad.
Mm-hmm.
Of course she'd been scared. She's been sealed away for so long. Everyone here has been. That I'm important enough to Yasue for her to feel that way about me, even if it's only by circumstance, it's oddly nice. It's been so long since I've felt needed by someone. The least I can do is appreciate her generosity.
約束する。これからもできるだけここに来る。この世界はタイムカプセルみたいで、学生としても興味があるし。そういうわけだから飲もう。私の誕生日のためじゃなくて、二人の約束のために。
Her smile is enough of an answer, the pent-up tension in my body releasing. An odd sense of purpose sparks inside of me, the first I've perhaps felt in my life. With that, we both lift our glasses to our lips and take a long sip. In the end, I've only had a few sips of the bitter stuff. Thankfully, Yasue was only too happy to oblige in drinking both of our bottles, and a couple more besides. It seems the taste of the alcohol was something will take some getting used to.
Yeah, I have now developed a weakness to alcohol, since I haven't drank it very much.
Yeah, beer is a very you gotta get used to it type of thing.
Yeah. I realize I find it funny how in high school I was like super straight edge, like into like the first couple of years of college. I went insane for a couple of years. And then I've kind of just, it's too expensive, I don't want to buy it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I had heard that drinking before evening is odd. I had heard that drinking before evening is odd, let alone at noon. Yasue seems to hardly care, though. Her face now flushed and gestures decidedly more animated. Of all the images I had of a lady from the Meiji area, the joyful, carousing woman skipping beside me isn't one of them. As she gives me a slightly uneven smile, I offer a polite bow.
ありがとう、安江。今日は楽しかった。あんまり飲めなくてごめん。もっと慣れなきゃね。
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
今度。
Oh!
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay. I keep hitting random keys on my keyboard, and shit just explodes. So, yes, I'm learning everything about the Rempi engine, and I'm having a great time. Just ignore the fact that I'm flailing about on my keyboard every so often.
Bruh. Good job.
I wasn't trying to. I was trying to move my mic.
喜んでご商売に預かりましょう。
Perhaps it's the drink or simple tiredness, but I find the corners of my mouth lifting just a little. Girl, you could smile.
I
It's
know.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the stupor will last in the real world now that I think of it. The passing thought only reminds me of the greater lie. Perhaps it's genuine honesty after hearing her own, or the drink making me less inhibited, but I want to tell her the truth.
Tell the truth!
Tell her the truth!
伝えたいことがあるの。私があなたをこの世界から出してあげられない理由は、方法がわからないんじゃない。魔術師じゃないからよ。あなたと違って私は普通の人間なの。
There it is.
でも
There you go.
ならどうやってこの世界に？
As I glance about the people going about their day around us, Yasue sense my want for privacy.
こちらへ。
Damn. Girl can read the room. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that she's telling her so early on, though,
mm-hmm.
and not like waiting until they've gotten close.
Yeah.
After a fair hike well beyond the town's limits, we arrive at the edge of the forest surrounding Sapporo. There's a peaceful serenity to this place that I've yet to find in my own world.
思い悩んでいることがあるなら言ってちょうだい。あなたのことなら何でも受け入れるわ。
Actually cares.
The fact that she
Oh, sorry,
cared.
my bad.
Oh, do you want to read it?
Sure. Sorry.
No, you can.
Okay. The fact she cares should make me feel happy, but it stings my heart too. She doesn't know. She couldn't know. Taking a long breath to steady myself, I look down in shame and pull my left sleeve upwards tug by tug. Before long, the bandages show. Their length chases further and further up my arm, the beige gauze discolored by a blotch of bright scarlet. Fresh blood has pooled by now, the wound still proving sore as my sleeve drags over it. As I dare to look up at Yasue, the woman wears a mournful expression. It's striking compared to her gentle demeanor.
あなた、自分に一体何をしたの？実は私にもどうなっているのかわからない。ずっと昔に誰かが書いた本に、普通の人間が後天的に習得した魔法の力を呼び起こす方法が書かれていたの。仕組みはよくわからないけど、その本の通りにやると、この世界に来られるようになったの。でも、それを発動させるには血が必要で、その本はイタリア語で書かれていて、血の魔法っていうみたい。
So, here's a side note that's actually really interesting. Someone had noted that doing a live translation for Asian languages is going to be next to impossible because the whole sentence is basically backwards compared to Western languages.
That's fair.
Yeah. And now that I hear it in Japanese, I'm like, yeah, it's true. And then I think about it in Chinese, I'm like, yeah, that's very true. In response to my fast-paced explanation, her eyes closed. I can see the gears turning inside, the connection between my general frailty and rapid exhaustion when visiting now plain. I know what she's going to say next. Neither of us want to hear the words.
別に死ぬわけじゃないから、そりゃ体に負担はかかってるけど、これくらい。お願い、もう来るななんて言わないで。安江にもっと会いたいの。
I'm in love.
She thinks for some time before giving me a heartbreaking smile of defeat.
来させないなんてことはできないわね。
I'd rather she have scolded me. Without any further defense to be made, I fall silent while looking at nothing in particular.
ほのか、自分を大事にね。あなたと知り合えてどんなに嬉しいかわからないでしょうね。でも、心配させてごめんなさい。
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Oh! I scuff my feet on the grass in angst. I notice Yasuo's shadow moving closer, nearer. By the time I look back up, my body freezes at how close she's come. Without a word, she reaches out with those long, dainty fingers and grasps the corner of my glasses, subtly evening their position on my face. With that, Yasue steps back and smiles simply.
そういうのはね、私たち年長者がすることなのよ、おバカさん。
How old are you?
Yeah, how old are you?
Your point made,
You
yes.
say elders.
Yeah. Why do you say elders?
You're older, but like by how much?
Interesting. It did pull the save from the demo.
Oh.
Yeah.
But also, Yasue, you do realize that Honoka lied about her age.
Isn't Honoka actually? She's in university. She is 20, isn't she? Is she?
Is she?
Is she? She's in university.
Then why did she mention that she could lie about her age?
I don't know actually. Cause she is saying.
Did she lie about her age?
I don't think so. I think she's actually in university.
I don't know.
I don't know. Point made. Yasue's smile slowly wears off. The time to say goodbye draws near. When the next visit will be is difficult to say, but the fact it will come is certain. Not sure if it's imagined or not, but I feel Yasue's become more comfortable with that fact. Understandable for a mage seeing their first visitor in 100 years.
ほのか、お大事に。ありがとう。またね。
Oh, why are you blushing, girl?
Because she likes her.
Mm-hmm. Holy shnikes, dude.
Damn, girl!
My head presses to the hard wood beneath its hard, cold surface, rousing me. Blearily opening my eyes, I let myself stay in place as my senses slowly return to me. The smell of musty books, chalk, and blood plays on my nose. The scents making an unpleasant concoction. My body feels impossibly heavy. The stupor seems to have gone. Did that to myself. The stupor seems to have gone entirely, lost to the world I just left. But the experience of transference takes a heavy toll on my strength. Forcing myself to stand, I stagger to my feet with a hand on my desk for support. I find myself unable to do anything but stand idle in the cold, empty room. My tired eyes stare blankly out the window, the moon's dim light reflecting off the bare branches of winter. Silence hangs in the air, moonlight illuminating the motes of dust floating in the evening's darkness. My head feels empty, no matter how hard I try to form so much as a fleeting thought. Simple exhaustion, I tell myself. Girl!
That's not simple exhaustion. You just did blood magic.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I just got a ping for an email because apparently there's a solo leveling game.
Oh!
Yeah.
Extra large.
Hey, what's up? With little desire to do anything else, I begin to walk to the bathroom before settling in for the night. The floor still bears the scars of my work. The book which started all laying open amid a disorganized desk. I'll get some cleaning supplies and wash off some of the mess, I think to myself. Sometime.
Girl.
夏の花は枯れ、秋の葉は落ちる。移ろいゆく世界に私たちは抗う運命にある。人間の永遠の愚行に対して、そして冬の雪が舞い降りる。
Oh, title screen. Why
We
is,
did it.
why is it so quiet?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is like really pretty. Although it's all scenes
No,
we've...
this is...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all scenes we've seen already, but it's like absurdly pretty.
Yeah, this is gorgeous.
お願い、もう来るななんて言わないで。安江にもっと会いたいの。この世界に初めて来たのが、むしろほのかのような人でよかったわ。私はいつもどんなに些細なことでも世の中を正したいって思ってる。
Who dat?
Oh, hello? I can barely hear this game. We turned it up only for it to get too loud. Oh! Oh!
Oh, what?
Oh, it's one of those games? Just want to be difficult? Yeah. Yeah, it is.
We'll turn it back up.
Yeah, I'll turn it back up. Act 1, Scene 2. Yay!
What are we not allowed to play past? Act 2 something?
Act 2, Scene 1.
Okay.
See, like... Bruh! It's a freaking game, man. Let me turn the music back up slightly. This game, man. Anyways. With the taste of coffee from the station lingering in my mouth, I idly watch the scenery scroll by with weary eyes. Another day begins, my daily routine now so deeply ingrained that getting to the university requires little more than muscle memory.
Oh yeah, she is in university.
Yeah. While I may want to visit Yasue again, practicing blood magic won't be possible until my body has had some more time to recover. Till then, I have little choice but to live out another day in this world. This is very quiet. I'm counted among my worst traits, but I've always had a tendency to eavesdrop. My attention drifts to one conversation between passengers to another, listening vicariously through others without the bother of involvement in their lives. Okay.
Yeah.
As a person that takes public transportation regularly, I have no qualms about admitting that I eavesdrop a lot.
Oh my god, I eavesdrop as a hobby.
Yeah, dude, you just sit there and you're just like, oh, the tea.
I love listening to everything that everybody has to say.
Yeah. If you're having a public space, you're just gonna listen.
Yeah.
Some of the conversations, I'm like, oh god, I need to turn this out really quickly. But some of them, I'm like, oh, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny listening to people and being like, oh, they're breaking up. Oh.
Like, ooh.
Others seem to be in a good mood from overheard clips of conversation. One salaryman talks to another about looking forward to the end of the week, being a Friday. Schoolboys chat about their plans for the weekend and the new game they're into. My life may have stopped, but those of others have kept moving. Plucking my phone from my bag for a distraction, I begin to check various messaging apps to get across what I've missed. Plans are made and rumors spread while cute pictures and jokes are posted. While I might have tried to keep in contact with friends from previous schooling, we inevitably drift apart without the connection of being classmates. These days, such morning browsing just covers the day's news and message board threads. It's funny how different this is to Yasue's time. She couldn't.
Hey, yo.
The screeching of the train's brakes put an abrupt halt to my thoughts, people yelping in surprise at the unexpected shuddering. The stop is so sudden that I'd have fallen if not for putting a foot out before me. The momentary chaos at an end, I right myself and slip my phone back into my bag. Discontented passengers question and murmur as this train comes to a stop far away from any station, soon quieting as a monotone voice from above echoes about the carriage. Whew! Short, almost curt message only causes more consternation among the passengers.
Damn.
Yeah. Others around me begin to quietly chat between themselves, some wondering if a train ahead of us broke down or if a bitter cold has caused line problems. Some wonder if loud if someone's died, the scandalous excitement to their whispers barely hidden. Seconds turn to minutes, the train's showing no sign of movement for some time yet. More impatient passengers pace about the aisle, though most settle into reading books or phones. Yeah. The heat inside only growing more stifling. I look out at the snow-covered world outside with some longing. As I do, the movement catches my eye from the tracks below. Hello? Catching
Hello?
a glimpse of blue, I realized I've seen something I shouldn't have. A man in light blue coveralls slowly makes his way along the gravel towards the front of the train, his face downcast. Dirty gloves hold a large roll of blue tarpaulin under his right arm. Oh! Yeah. I've seen that material in the news. There's only one reason it would be used here and now. Suddenly finding myself restless, I turn back towards the other passengers. All that faces me is a scene of mild discontent at their mundane routine disrupted, ignorant to the cause. Without anything to do with the knowledge I have, I simply take out my phone and begin to scroll through the news feeds once more. And so, one passenger discontentedly waits for their routine to resume.
Damn.
Yeah. It's a nice library. Damn.
I know.
The day slowly draws to an end. My last daylight hours spent in the university library, as they often are. It's actually a really nice university library. The desk where the elderly librarian once sat lies empty, her shawl left draped over the chair's back as a small, perhaps unintended tribute. Ever since she retired, the school has struggled to hire another.
Aw, she left her shawl there.
Aww. Two of us had shared a silent agreement. I often remained in the library long past closing time, allowed to study while providing quiet company to the old lady as she worked to close up for the day.
My god.
We should probably get rid of some of that.
Oh god. Oh god, we had that when we were playing Danganronpa 2.
Yeah.
Chat would spam.
Yeah. We added it, Danganronpa 1.
I do not have the energy to spam 11:37.
What did I do? What did I just resume? You need to have played Danganronpa to know.
Oh, I do not have the energy to spam 11:37.
I'm thinking about retiring that channel in the Discord, by the way.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Yeah. Actually,
We're done with the Danganronpa series.
I don't think we're going back, so I am.
We finished the Danganronpa series.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired of it, actually. Sync permissions. It's gone.
I'm like, you know, it was fun. I still like it. It ran its course.
Yeah, yeah. By the end, it was definitely like, oh god, please stop.
Well, the third game was kind of. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second game was the highest point.
Yeah. The third game became a lot of a slog, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shared allowing to study while providing quiet company to the old lady as she worked to close up for the day. I enjoyed our quiet coexistence, free from expectations of more. A book sliding into place on a shelf shelf ahead arouses me from my reverie. The new librarian busily working away.
Well, that's librarian.
One Shino Kikuchi. According to the email which introduced the newest member of staff. I know I saw someone on Twitch play those, but I can't remember who anymore. A lot of people play them, and it's...
A lot of people have and still are playing them.
Yeah.
But 11:37 is from the first game.
Yeah.
If you're wondering.
Mm-hmm.
And it became... something that was referenced in the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why it became a meme.
Mm-hmm. So someone I followed. Okay. Fair.
Oh, okay.
Only hired in the last month. She's a stark difference from her elder in so many ways, not the least of which being her age. If I had to guess, she'd be in her early 20s at most. At least one thing is alike between them. She, too, lets me stay well into the evenings. Perhaps the old librarian passed a note to her. I'm thankful in any case. I hate being in the position, but the school provides a much better environment for studying, given the solitude and loneliness of a faraway home. Excuse me. Looking back down at the book before me, at the mundane bit of research material for my course, the words begin to dance as I try to read. The more I try to focus on the passages, the more my thoughts skate away. The same happened with lectures throughout the day. That tracks.
Yeah.
Oh!
Studying is hard.
Mm-hmm. One shudder or another in those last moments before the train stopped was what a human's life ending feels like. In that instance, their wanderings in this world ended. Girl? Yet I have no other to tell. The same goes for the bandages running up my arm. They serve as an ever-present reminder of how little I have in common with anyone around me. Girl!
Girl. Go to therapy.
Hey, yo. The unexpected voice from the shell's head makes my head jerk upwards. I hadn't realized how rattled I'd been from the morning's experience, my heart only now returning to its normal pace now that I have a distraction. Like so many others, the woman wears a smile so easily. I couldn't help but muse how odd she looks for a librarian. Her athletic clothing to show how... From her athletic clothing to how every movement belies a barely suppressed energy. Evidently bored of her menial work and shelving books, Shino takes my reply as an invitation to have a proper conversation. Oops, you've been adopted again.
Ah, yes, adoption. Look at what you've done.
You replied.
Introvert hack 101. Never ever reply to the extrovert.
Yes. Or else.
Or else they'll talk to you forever.
Kettle says, regretting the first time she said hi.
Regretting everything.
Damn. That's how you feel. Setting down the book in her hand, she comes over and spins a chair about, sitting herself sideways in a rather inelegant way. Alright, damn.
That's inelegant?
That is...
It looks cool as hell.
I know, right? While the relationship between Yasue and I may have a certain push and pull as we feel out each other's boundaries, Shino has no such concerns. Even now, her bright eyes move from me to the textbook in my hands, happily seizing on an opening to get closer to me. She's like, hot woman.
Mm-hmm.
私も言語はいくつか知ってるよ。世界とつながってるって感じがするよね。そうかも。私は単位のためだけど。
Degree? So she likes to chat. That too is a difference between Shino and the previous librarian. One I like rather less. Something throws me off about her, all the more so now that we're close. I can't quite put my finger on it though, making me feel bad once again for being so distrustful towards someone so friendly. Ba-dum-boop.
Ba-dum-boop.
Ba-dum-boop. As if in answer to my want and to end the conversation, a playful ping resounds from Shino's pocket. Her hand dives into her pocket, quickly retrieving her phone to examine the message. Her face lights up as she starts reading, the woman looking like a child given a new toy as she begins scrolling something or another with her full attention. I don't particularly mind, we all have our appointments and such. A minute or so later, she fumbles with the on-screen Kana keyboard, slowly dragging her thumb across the grid to carefully type in a reply. Noticing my slightly baffled staring upon her sending her message, she gives a grin.
一昔前はただのチャットスペースだったのに、今じゃサイバースペース全部がポケットの中に収まるんだもん。世界中の誰とでも簡単につながれるし、図書館の蔵書も
she sounds like an
丸
old
ごと
lady.
収容できちゃう。
Yeah, she does. What an antiquated way of speaking. I've never heard cyberspace used by anyone, at least not without a thick sense of irony. Without intending to, I let my confusion show on my face.
あれ、なんか変なこと言ったかな。
Yeah?
A little bit.
別に。ただ、最近はみんなスマホに慣れてると思ってたから。
She quickly puts her phone away into a pocket and takes her feet once more, slightly embarrassed for my picking up on it.
ああ、それはなんていうか。
Lollibaba, extra no!
Bruh.
私はほら、田舎育ちだから、こういうのを使うようになったのってつい最近のことでさ。コンピュ
Oh, oopsie. I suppose being a country bumpkin would explain it, though I thought even the most remote corners of Japan would at least have the cheaper smartphones around by now. If someone like Shino finds phones so exciting, maybe Yasue will too. Getting any signal for the internet access is obviously a non-starter, though.
じゃあ、どうして都会に来たの？
Money! I'm just kidding.
一言で言えば冒険かな。いろんな仕事を転々として、その時々に興味があることをやってる。
I hear extra no a lot, but it's usually uttered among laughter, so I continue.
So I continue.
Amazing.
That's funny.
ここの仕事も次が見つかるまでのつなぎってこと？どれくらいいるの？
She gives a simple shrug.
飽きるまでかな。
Alright. What an odd attitude. I've vaguely heard of people who drift from job to job as their whims take them, but this is my first time meeting someone like that. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little envious of her approach to things.
それって大変じゃない？別に心のありようさえずれてなければ生きるのはぐんと楽になるよ。これだって思える生き方があればいいよね。私はいつもどんなちっぽけなことでも正しい形にできたらなって思ってる。軸さえぶれなきゃ目の前で起きてることもあんまり気にならなくなるんじゃないかな。
Her words are said with such innocent naivete that I'm thrown off by the strange woman before me. It's not like I disbelieve that a drive to accomplish something is good. It's more that it's hard to believe someone when they so earnestly cling to it. Practically anything I've gotten myself into of late would be problematic to actually discuss with someone else, leaving me with nothing to continue the conversation. Thus, the distance between myself and others grows that little bit more.
Yeah, because you got into blood magic.
Yeah, and you're into a woman from a time that's not a time and place that's not your own.
Yeah.
You have to do blood magic to see. This isn't to say the care for your librarian is wrong, though. If there's any cause, any single thing I can believe in, it's freeing Yasue from that single sealed world. She of all people doesn't deserve that fate, and I alone have the knowledge to even find her. Prompted by the thought of Yasue, my mind soon begins to begin wandering of its own accord. If Shino wants to talk, I might as well try to get something useful out of her.
魔術師のこと何か知ってる？急に話題が変わったね。
Yeah?
ついこの前、医者をやってる魔術師の記事を読んだの。それでちょっと気になって。
Looking at her name, this is Two. I'm reading in Chinese. It's like state, and this is flower, actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that's flower. I'm pretty sure it is. It's not entirely a lie. The odd news article or documentary about mages catches my eyes these days, now that I know one. Shino shifts about, discomforted by the subject. She quickly tries to paper over her reaction upon realizing I've noticed.
気になる存在ではあるよね。珍しいから実際に魔術を使っているところなんてなかなかお目にかかれないし。
So what you're saying is this is our world, but with magic.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are actually mages.
That's crazy.
Right?
それもそうだけど、全く違う人生を歩んできた人がすぐそばにいるのに、誰もそれに気づかないって不思議だなって。
She knows a
そう
mage.
思わない？
She knows a mage. 100%.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, never seen that in an anime before, right?
平均的な魔術師は普通の人とあまり変わらない。なのに魔術に不信感を持たれちゃうのは残念だよね。この町の魔術師は
Oh,
目
she's
立たないよう
definitely
に
a
してる
mage.
みたいだけど。
Yeah, 100%.
それに力の強い魔術師となれば話は別じゃない？ヨーロッパだともっと堂々と暮らしてるみたいだし、古くから続く血統の魔術師は城を持ってることもある。自然の法則を破れるなら政府が手出しできる相手じゃないしね。
Yeah.
だからこそみんな魔術師に対して慎重になるんだろうね。異質なものを恐れるのは人の常だもん。
I can only imagine how powerful a mage must have been to seal away a whole portion of the world. The entirety of Old Sapporo and its people carved away from reality and lingering for an eternity. How anyone there hasn't gone mad is beyond me. Shino's earnestness is no less visible on this topic than the last. Her angst over people's dislike of mage is quite clear. She hardly seems the type to hide her feelings. Oh, god damn it! She hardly seems the type to hide her feelings, earning her some degree of trust, even if I do dislike her nosiness. Oi! Realizing the time is getting on as the sun begins to set further, I file away Shino as a potential source of information as I get up to slide the book into my bag.
もう帰るの？疲れすぎないうちに帰らなきゃ。今日も長居させてくれてありがとう。
Lollipop Machitsu. Bro!
Oh my god.
She's not a lolly, though!
いつでも大歓迎。広い図書館で一人きり、延々と本を片付け続けるだけなんて寂しいもん。
With that, I give an appreciative nod before pulling my coat from the seat and slinging it over my shoulders, my bag falling before I start shuffling out of the library. It wasn't a lie that I needed to head back before I got too tired, but the reason set goes unsaid. Tonight, I'll renew my efforts on studying my other reading material. If I'm to devote myself to some cause or another, then that cause will be something that only I can do. My concerns already begin to feel fleeting as I focus myself on the task ahead. And for now, my purpose in life will be freeing Yasue from her gilded cage.
'Cause she loves her.
Mm-hmm. Act 1, Scene 3. Oh, shit.
Oh, we are going fast.
Yeah. We might actually have to like, pause next stream. Oopsie!
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on how many acts are in these.
Yeah. Also, how distracted we
How
get.
many scenes are in these acts.
True. Also, by how absolutely distracted we can get.
It's true.
Let me... Sword and spear ring out as they clash, with voices bellowing and men falling as their vibrant cloth swirls about in the violence. No less vivid are the heartfelt expressions from the deepest fury to the most devastating anguish. From my seat in the audience, I watch on silently with rapt fascination. Chushingura, a tale of 47 Ronin and their quest to avenge their master, caught between loyalty to their late lord and duty to the shogunate. The story reaches its bloody conclusion, the villain cut down and their lord's spirit at peace. For going against the shogun, however, all will sacrifice themselves for their deeds. It's a stirring performance, the actors' heartfelt cries and gestures feeling more visceral than any picture on a screen. Like most my age, I thought theater was a little old-fashioned, obsoleted by movies and TV shows. How wrong I was. I'll be real, dude. Seeing real theater is awesome.
It is 100%.
Mm-hmm. Ah, pachi, pachi, pachi.
Ah, pop, 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 pop.
The crowd's applause, joined by my own, echoes about as the heavy curtain draws across the stage. Another fine work coming to an end. The play is apparently frequently performed here, being very popular in its time and a favor of Yasue. It's no wonder either. This is a heartfelt tale of honor in an era in search of a cause. The tumultuous upheaval of a feudal society becoming a modern imperial power. It's inevitable that many would remember a simpler, somewhat fictional past. Wow, this feels very, very apt. Shushingura even resonates with someone like me. It isn't that honor doesn't exist anymore in my own time, albeit in a different form, but that it's distant. Something you only hear about on the news. Chwetty.
Chwetty.
Chwetty. The curtains soon withdraw once more, slowly revealing the performers and the director. Yasue stands at the center of the stage, bowing with so many men flanking her. Some are sturdy, while others are slender. Some elegant, and others brutish. All natures and appearances are represented, each having given their all in the grand play.
That's why she liked it so much, because Yasue was playing in it.
Oh, she did it herself. Yeah. Yeah. And
That's why she liked the play so much, because Yasue did it.
Yasue, I like how you changed the sentence from Yasue was in it to Yasue did it.
Yeah.
Yet not one of the actors was human. Another round of applause and cheers from the crowd, who are no less delighted by the illusion than the performance itself. Of course, I'm among them. No matter how many times I see it, Yasue's magic still amazes me. Ah, clap, 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 clap. With little to occupy myself with following the play, and little desire to intrude in the lives of others, I quietly wait for Yasue outside the large venue. A task made easier by the cool night air. Life goes by slowly here. That contrast is one of the most jarring things about our two worlds. Even the most patient modern people have a sense of urgency about them. They're always thinking of things they need to do, people to meet, news to read. Okay, so you went to Tokyo, right? So here's the thing. Whenever I go to Asia, specifically Hong Kong, right? And I even felt it in Taipei. Oh my god, coming home is like, wow, I'm slowing down slightly. Like, those cities run so fast.
Yeah, everybody's going really freaking fast everywhere.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I am too a little bit here, but like, you don't realize just how much faster life is there. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it.
Everybody is so fast over there.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm rushing everywhere I go.
Yeah. But you're not.
But you're not. But you are. But you're not. But you are.
Yeah. like even when you're hanging out with people and just being chill, everyone's
I
just
feel like I have to go somewhere. I have to go.
Yeah. And then you come back home and you're like, wow, okay.
Okay, I can chill.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I had the opposite I think I've said it, that I had the opposite reaction when I went to the South. Time is so slow in the deep South.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Here an old man, urging his horse on, simply pines for a meal and bath, his day's work over. Yay!
Yeah, she's here.
Yay! As Yasue finally leaves the venue, I call out to her. The way her shoulders relax a little when she sees me waiting doesn't go missed.
楽しんでもらえたかしら。
Yeah.
Yes, of course I did, my love.
ええ、とても。普段歌舞伎や舞台なんて無縁の生活だけど、それでも感動したよ。
You know, after all of this is over, I kind of want to. I need to make myself go to the LA Opera.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yasue gives an indulgent smile at the praise. The two of us starting on our way down the street. It's hard to believe that the road we walk is the very same one I've so often visited downtown. The street layout uncannily familiar. Even as we walk, the odd passerby gives an appreciative bow or word of thanks to Yasue. Her only response each time is a humble, almost shy bow. Yasue must be one of those grand mages Shino mentioned, yet she herself never mentioned how powerful she was. Far from finding herself flustered by those around us, she instead turns to me for conversation. I do agree. I saw an old map of the layout of LA, of like downtown. Not a map, but like a diorama. And I was like, wow, this is actually somewhat recognizable.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
一つ聞きたいことがあるの。現代でもまだ歌舞伎は人気があるのかしら。私の劇場はまだ残っていて。
Kabuki, probably. Venue, probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a little pained by her clear hope of a different answer than I can give. In a world of movies, phones, and streaming, theaters largely relegated to the more culturally refined. And it's awesome! Modernity continued, unquestioned. Her theater is little more than a small plaque in the real world. Many minor landmarks commuters unknowingly walk by every day. Were it not for Yasue's interest in the topic, I wouldn't have noticed the unremarkable sign myself. Said plaque never mentioned Yasue, though. Odd for someone who seems to have practically created the venue's reputation.
今はいろんなエンタ、娯楽があるから、劇場に通ってるのは年配の方が多いかな。でも本州だとまだ観客は多い方。札幌は本州ほどじゃないけど、アマチュアのって素人上がりの人たちの歌舞伎が時々上演されてる。
I try to put as positive a spin on it as I can. A slight clouding to her expression is enough to see I failed. It's difficult to communicate just how much she's missed in over 100 years. Much of it harrowing and depressing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Meiji era Japan would not know the struggles it would go through in the next 100 years. Trying to move the topic to a more palatable ground, I speak first.
ねえ、いろんな魔術を使えるのに、どうして歌舞伎に使おうと思ったの？魔術師というのはね、時々妙なことをしたがるものなの。私たちの本質は普通の社会ではあまり受け入れられないものだから、関わりを持たずに生きているうちに変容していく。でも皆が私の術に目を輝かせているのを見て、歌舞伎をなりわいにしようと心に決めたの。妹にも普通の人々と関わっていきたいという思いがあればよかったのに。
Sister where?
Sister.
Sister?
Sister?
She never mentioned she had a sister. Even now her words more mumbled to herself than directed towards me.
魔術師ってあんまりいなさそう。私、あなたに会うまで一人も知らなかった。札幌のことしかわからないけれど、そうね。区内に数十人いるかどうかというところかしら。ほとんどは力を隠して過ごしているか、人里離れた場所でひっそりと暮らしているから、正確な数はわからないの。
Yeah, that tracks.
自分の力に気づいていない人がいる可能性は？
Yasue gives a reflective snort at the idea of the crude amusement at odds with her otherwise calm and collected nature. She soon answers my confused reaction.
それは考えられないわ。視力 則に気づいていないも同然だもの。魔術師が自分の魔術の感覚に気づかないなんてありえないことよ。
Damn.
I know, right?
そうなんだ。ごめん。
She's like,
私、
damn
本
it!
当に何も知らなくて。
Damn it!
そうでしょうね。でもあなたはこの閉ざされた世界をやすやすと行き来しているようね。
I'm just taken, dude. Think to myself about how to communicate such a thing, ending up with another clumsy analog, just as Yasue had used.
一言で言えば石を握ってるような感覚かな。手を離すだけ。だから元の世界に戻るのは簡単。でもこっちの世界に来るのは地面にある石を浮かせるような感じ。今は確実にできるけど、やっぱりまだ実感は湧かない。って言えば分かってもらえるかな。ええ、実に理にかなっているわね。私も魔術について聞かれたらそう説明すると思う。
Dang. With this, she emphasizes her point by conjuring a fan into her hand.
魔術は物理法則に反するもの。私たちは現実を否定しているわけだから、現実は何であれ、魔術を使われることに反作用を生じさせる。だから魔術の効果を維持させるには力を込め続けなくてはならないの。ほのかの言葉を借りれば、石を浮かべておくにはしっかり握っておくというところでしょうね。そして手を緩めると。
With this, her fan dematerializes in a moment. Wait, hold up, wait. Before I move on, I just drew a really, I mean, it probably makes sense. I just drew a parallel to, what was that one game? What was that one game? What was that one game? It was another VN.
I don't know.
It was another, oh, Paranormal Sight. This is the same, this is probably the same engine that we played Paranormal Sight, because some of the effects look similar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
石が地面に落ちるということ。もしかしたらほのかは自分で思っているよりも魔術のことをよく分かっているのかもしれないわね。
Which also another great game. By the way, I really enjoyed that one.
No, great one.
そんな、まだまだ知らなきゃいけないことだらけだよ。私、質問してばかりだよね。嫌ならごめん。とんでもない。あなたの好奇心は素敵よ。お友達に聞いたことは？
What friends?
友達なんていないよ。誰かと仲良くなれる性格でもないし。あら、私にはそうは思えないけれど。
Every extrovert ever. You seemed very approachable.
Yeah, you seemed approachable.
実はね、この世界に来るのがわざと年だけを積んですっかり傲慢になった年寄りの魔術師だったらどうしようかと心配していたの。
Fair. Also fair. She gives an earnest smile to show her sincerity. Maybe it's only our being forced together by these strange circumstances, but having the company of Yasue is something I'm grateful for. For all she accepts my questioning of her, Yasue never pries into my own affairs. Besides, everyone would seem approachable to her. So many walk up to Yasue in the street, the powerful mage thinking nothing of speaking to them as equals. It can be so easy to become aloof and arrogant with that kind of power. It's not that hard, you just say hi.
Yeah, you just say hi.
Yeah. I will say, being as social as I am, I have made many acquaintances in the past year. Because, you know.
Yeah, because you talk to everybody.
Hi. Yeah, on the train I'm like, hi, you are now someone I'm talking to. Sick. I even talk to some of the conductors semi-regularly if I take their train.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're like, hello again.
Yeah, most of the time. One of them is like, hey, what's up? And then we were talking about a bunch of stuff, and then he told me that his schedule changed. And I was like, no, bye.
Bye, guy.
Yeah. She's so easygoing and has so many skills and interests. In every way, Yasue is a far better person than I.
Girl.
How unfair it is that someone like her instead of me would be so cruelly sealed away. As we turn a corner, Yasue's soft voice speaks again.
もう一つ聞きたいことがあったの。どうして私を強い魔術師だと思ったの？比べられる魔術師の知り合いなんていないでしょ？
More or less.
Pretty
大
much.
学の新しい師匠がおしゃべり好きだから魔術のこと聞いてみたの。自分がまあ大学生なのね。すごいわ。何を勉強しているのか聞いてもいいかしら。
I'm a little taken aback by Yasue's excitement before remembering the context. University must have been rare to get into in her time, let alone for a woman. Yeah?
人文学よ。主に文学ね。
That's cool.
That's cool.
あら、この世界が役に立ちそうだこと。西洋文学なの。
Ooh. Okay, so our conversation comes to a stop. Yasue left with an awkward smile. We almost find a common wavelength so often, only to miss it by so little each time. And again, if it hadn't been my interest in European literature, I'd never have ordered that book on blood magic. I wouldn't have had the patience to slowly read through the handwritten pages either. My well-thumbed Italian dictionary at hand all the while.
ここで聞いた情報を使わせてもらうとしても、参考文献一覧にどう書けばいいの？友達から聞いた話とか？
Right? Imagine going back in time as a history major and just being like,
Yeah.
shit, I know I can write this up, but how do I cite the source?
Yeah.
あら、友達はいないんじゃなかったの？
Oh,
Uh,
that was a clear rhetorical trap. Her teasing face shows she knows it. With that said, I find myself rolling the idea in my head like a sweet. Teasing? Teased. The thought suddenly comes to mind that I brought something along thanks to chatting with Shino days earlier. My hand dives in my pocket and retrieve my phone. Before I can show it to her, a cheerful red packet slips out and falls to the ground first. Oh, red packet! Red packet! Give me! Yasue's curiosity takes control. She quickly stoops down and takes it in her hands. Oh! Kit Kat! Not Kit Kat, I mean.
あ、それ今まですっかり忘れちゃってた。チョコレートを持ってきたの。
food!
Food! Yasue hardly hears me, entirely captured by the relic of my world, as she turns the packet this way and that. She's probably unable to read the English branding, unused to the modern packaging to begin with. It's a little charming, actually. She's hardly shy about her bewilderment, instead happily playing with the foil edges and trying to make sense of the slogans and marketing.
チョコレート聞いたことがあるわ。確か東京で売られている薬だったかしら。それがとうとう北海道にも来たの？
Medicine. Yeah, sure, dog.
Listen.
これは薬じゃなくてただの食べ物よ。お菓子って言えばいいかな。
She's not making a secret of wanting to eat it. Very visibly stopping herself from asking. Feel like a mother whose kid is begging at the store. Oh, that's so cute. Look at her. She's just like, I want it.
食べていいよ。高くないものだし。
I'm a little startled by how quickly she begins to work on the wrapper and how clumsily she rips it apart. It's easy to forget just how ingrained so many everyday things are to a modern person, like the specific way packets are designed to open. Yeah. No sooner does she take a mouthful of chocolate inside, her face lights up in delight. He begins munching away, raising her free hand to poorly hide her truly chewing mouth.
Oh my god. She's like, yum, chocolate.
Can you imagine, to someone who doesn't have chocolate on a regular basis, how...
Eating chocolate for the first time?
Yeah.
Just the amount of sugar alone would go crazy.
Yeah, you would just be like, oh my god.
What is this?
So Yasue has a sweet tooth. I wonder when sugary treats reach Kaido. She might have only ever had bean and rice-based confectionery. Sugar would be terribly sweet compared to anything she'd had before. Oh, I like how she said, like how she says that, and now I'm craving like a red bean bun. God damn it. She savors the last few morsels of the packet. I reach in and take the phone from my pocket once more, usually having left it charging when I came here in the past. Yasue gulps down the last of the chocolate as I bring it up between us, her puzzled face reflecting off its shiny black screen. I jerks back a little in surprise as the screen lights up. Eager to see what she makes of it, I unlock the phone and hand it over to her. Okay, actually, I'm really glad that this is happening with smartphones, because I think a touchscreen is much more intuitive than T9 and all that other stuff that we had to deal with.
Yeah. Also, I think it's just much more impressive.
Yes.
For them to like try to have interactions with.
Mm-hmm. I mean, also it's like you just touch it and it works. You're just like, whoa.
Also, ma'am,
they're so.
Your wallpaper is.
Why do you have the
boring?
Kettle calling out Hanaka's wallpaper. Email? Twitter? Line? Question mark?
Maybe?
Okay, this is easy. Internet, phone, messaging, and camera.
Mm-hmm.
And gave her a couple of taps here and there to show opening of an app and such before Yasue gives it a try for herself. I don't think she quite understands it all, but her face lights up as she slowly gets the hang of it. Yasue fiddles about, managing to discover moving things by dragging left and right, and opening controls by tapping completely by herself. I'm surprised she worked it out so quickly, but I suppose she's still human. It's not like I understand how a phone really works, I just use it. I mean, yeah.
That's fair. Neither do I.
Camera!
Oh my god, take a selfie together.
Click. As she lowers the phone for me to see, it appears Yasue has managed to open the camera app, the viewfinder currently pointed down at our feet. The idea seems to have stumped an already perplexed Yasue. Click. I take the phone back to guide her through how the camera works, changing from the front camera and holding it up to show both of us on screen. It's admittedly a little clumsy. I've never been one for selfies, and keep trying to move the phone the wrong way to keep us in the shot. The sheer look of glee on Yasue's face when it all clicks for her, though, as seen on the screen before us, makes it all worth it. I couldn't help but smile at the absurdity of the situation as the two of us crowd into the swaying frame.
Take a selfie.
Took a selfie. With some difficulty, I managed to somehow maneuver a finger onto the shutter button, finally taking the shot with a loud click. Bringing the phone back between us, I saw Yasue the saved photo, her face leaning in close to take in every detail. It didn't develop.
It didn't develop, it's just there.
Yeah.
それは説明するのがちょっと難しいかも。でも携帯電話で撮った写真は現像しなくていいの。フィルムに写してるわけじゃないから。
Honoka's out here breaking the space-time continuum.
She's like, oh yeah, by the way, technology.
Yeah. I'm so used to the digital era that the days of film cameras slipped my mind. As I replaced the phone in my pocket, Yasue writes herself, but the excited energy from her new discovery still remains. I have to remind myself yet again that this woman's actually the older of us.
ありがとう、ほのか。こんなに長く本物の世界を感じたのは初めてよ。
Real world of the...
今は何という時代なの？
Oh, actually, we just changed eras, apparently. In 2019?
Oh, did we?
Yeah. It was Reiwa a couple of years ago? Jesus. Oh, God.
What era is it? I don't know. They're about to say it.
Oh, current era is Reiwa, from 2019. Because the last emperor abdicated the throne in 2019.
They're about to say it.
Yeah.
明治の後、大正、昭和、平成ときて、今は令和よ。
Yep. Yep.
令和、いい響きね。きっと素晴らしい暮らしを送っているんでしょうね。
Is she gonna Yuri with her own grandma? That would not be Crescent Fresh. No, this is a sealed Sapporo from 100 years ago, so it's different. Question mark? I don't fully understand what's happening. I don't think it's the Sapporo we're thinking of. Oh, great grandma.
Great grandma then? No.
I don't think it's. I don't think they're related, at least.
No. I doubt it.
さっきのチョコレート、すごく美味しかったもの。
Girl's just like, dude, food is so good. It's the chocolate. It's the chocolate.
It's just the chocolate.
I hold my tongue, but it's also ordinary to me that I hardly notice such things day to day. To Yasue, though, this might as well be another world entirely.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
She'd probably have an aneurysm if she saw it.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. Sometimes I'm really glad. Like when you pause and you're like, damn, dude, I can wake up and be like, I want to try food from across the world today. And you
just can?
Yeah. Like, I can have Taiwanese for breakfast. I can have, I can go and get Ethiopian food for lunch. And then for dinner, I can get, like, Indian food. Like, what?
No, yeah.
They're crazy! Her childlike joy is quite charming. It feels nice to have helped her. However, accidental it might have been. I wonder just how long it would have been, how long it's been since I've helped another. I'm so wrapped up. Should give her some American Hershey's chocolate. Just make her think chocolate in this world is, in this weird future food, just tastes like vomit. Yeah, dude. I think Hershey's chocolate. I think now that I've eaten more Asian sweets lately, I'm like, damn. The real American candies are way too sweet.
They really are.
I'm so wrapped up in my own feelings that it takes a moment to realize Yasue's attention is shifted back to me. Oh, that's flirting.
Wait. Oh, why are you looking like that?
No, Hershey specifically tastes like vomit? Really? I just think it's just way too sweet to me.
I don't particularly like Hershey's. It's not the best.
Yeah. It's like way overly sweet for me. But I don't think... Yeah. In a moment, my face collapses. It's not that I hate her well-meaning compliment, but somehow it doesn't feel right to smile. Not after everything that's happened. Who dareth ping me on Discord? Alright, that's fine. I don't know how you smile so easily, especially after being sealed away. Nucleic acid is used in its making, and that's part of why vomit tastes like vomit? Really? I never noticed it. I've never noticed that. But yeah, now, ew.
だってもう100年以上経ったのよ。年も人々もこの世界も何一つ変わらないまま。昔はこんな風じゃなかったのよ。一番辛かったのはこの世界から抜け出そうとしていた頃でしょうね。失敗する
Oh, she's been stuck here, stuck here.
時間が失われていくのを感じていたから。
Start eating more Canadian and UK chocolate and go back to Hershey's. You know, no, I don't need to. I've done the Asian candies, and it's just like, oh my god, American candy is. It's like way too overwhelming.
でもどうして年を取らないの？ちっとも年を取ってるように見えない。あら、ありがとう。
She said Ara.
魔術師の中でも特に力の強い者は自分の魔術で老化を遅らせることができるの。普通の人の3倍。いえ、それ以上に長生きする人もいるわ。
Damn.
あっさりと諦めることもできたけれど、私は。
Oh, she's sad.
ここで死ぬわけにはいかなかった。あの子が私をさまよわせるべく作ったこの牢獄で死ぬわけにはいかなかったのよ。
Wait, her sister did it.
あの子への復讐は私の最後の劇になっていたでしょうね。あの子がまだ生きている。
Oh, her sister did it.
Oh, yeah. For the first time, I actually glimpsed something darker in her. Without thinking, I take a step back, my chest tightening at the change from her otherwise gentle nature. Oh.
Guess could say.
Huh? What was that? Oh. The cheerful red packet crumpling up in her tightening hand reminds her of the here and now, Yasue forcing the thoughts from her mind given my presence. It's only natural to hate anyone who did such a thing to her, but I didn't know she had such anger bottled up.
Of course she would.
Speaking of.
But I want to know.
Yeah. Speaking of. Is very... Kettle knows. Is a very good thing I had a counseling appointment today. It's a very good thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. The last little bit has been extremely rough for the noob.
Yeah. It sure has been.
Yeah. I'm trying not to do 50 hours a week, 50 to 60 hours a week, but it's hard not to, considering how everything's falling apart. And then everything else that I don't want to think about right now.
There's a lot of things. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because we're wearing pants.
It gives a small smile. I'm trying to distract herself with a lighter topic. I can't help but feel awful, but humor Yasue for her sake. I will say, I've noticed, it's crazy how disposable jeans are now. Because they used to be like permanent pants.
Yeah, now they're like occasional pants.
Yeah. Like you'll get them every couple, like they'll wear out after a couple of years, which is really frustrating, actually. I hate jeans now.
Yeah, they're so uncomfortable now.
Yeah. Like
they're actually super uncomfortable now.
Yeah. Even the proper Levi's jeans, like please don't put the stupid elastic in them. I like it. Like give me proper jean material because I want like proper work pants. I don't understand. It's nothing but stretchy bullshit. Yes.
I'd rather have like a little bit of stretch though, because jeans don't have any movement to them.
Well, yes. No, I agree, but the current crop of jeans is just way too stretchy.
That's fair.
Like, I would be okay if it gave a little bit, but right now it gives too much. I used to be able to wear jeans without the belt, but I practically need suspenders. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it to her now of all times, but this world reminds me of Little of a Snow Globe. A small slice of the world captured at one point in time and now everlasting. A world where the company of strangers is all she had.
そうだけど安心して。着物や浴衣もお祭りや行事の時に着てる人は多いから。私も最近の花火大会で浴衣を着たよ。
Damn. Oh, the 4th is coming. 4th is coming. I'm probably gonna do AX that day.
Probably same.
Yeah. I'm very... Kettle. Here's how far I've fallen down the rabbit hole. I'm very considering going to the VTuber Dodgers night on the 5th.
Bruh.
What? I'm already a Dodgers fan. You can't blame me. You can't blame me.
I'm not even going to go to the One Piece Dodgers night.
Fair.
Mostly because I would have to call off of work.
Isn't that Thursday? It's the 3rd, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah. Bro, that weekend would suck for anime fans. Like, it's gonna be so expensive if you want to do all of the things. Because it's what, it's like almost like 150 for AX if you bought early. And then it's 50-ish for decent seats at Dodger Stadium each game. And then all the other crap just...
For One Piece night, they hiked up the prices, don't worry.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Rah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Where's the tickets? Where's the tickets? Where's the tickets? Ah, there we go. Okay. Bye now. It's against the Astros, which 50-50 we might win. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's 70. Oh, frick me, dude.
Yeah, see?
93 over there. Jesus. All right.
Yeah,
well,
see?
God, it's like a $400 weekend.
Mm-hmm.
まあ、ぜひ見てみたいわ。きっと似合うでしょうね。
Monika's not ready for the compliment.
Every so
Nope.
often.
Oh my god.
Self-voicing disabled.
How do I turn that off forever? How do I turn that off forever? I don't know. I can't not have it on. God damn it. Ugh. Every so often she oversteps into undeserving compliments. I get that she wants to put me at ease though. Just at ease? You know, just only just
Nah, she's trying to flirt with you.
Yeah, dude.
子供の頃の一番古い記憶の一つが、浴衣を着て出かける準備は万端だったのに、祭りが中止になったことでね。泣いてダダをこねる私を慰めようと、両親がホタルを見に連れて行ってくれたの。
Tell me why my brain was like, when I saw that, I was like, my brain was like, you need to watch, my brain told me I need to watch Grave of the Fireflies. And I was like, I don't need that in my life right now. I really
Oh
don't.
my god.
I really don't need to be sad.
You don't need that in your life right now.
あの時のホタルは花火よりも綺麗だった。夜の闇に浮かび上がる光が子供心に魔法みたいだと思ったの。素敵な思い出だこと。ホタルなんてもうずっと見ていないわ。
Now I'm thinking whether I've seen fireflies in real life.
I don't think I have.
Not in LA. Not in California,
Yeah,
actually.
I don't think I have.
I think I've seen them in, like, Yellowstone. Maybe? I'm not sure anymore. Oh.
私も環境汚染が進んで自然が減ってきてるから、ホタルが見られる場所を見つけるのって難しいの。
I feel an altogether too familiar pang of regret at mentioning my family, my body going cold at the idea of having to think about this any further. This is the one place I'm free from that feeling. Why did I have to bring them up? What happened to them?
What happened to your family?
Please don't ask anything further about them, Yasue, please. Soon that wish becomes altogether too true. The silence makes it clear Yasue has been taken off guard, acutely aware of the topic to avoid. As I feel pain from clutching my arm, I decide to use the one excuse to leave that I told myself I wouldn't.
そろそろ戻らなきゃ。疲れちゃった。
Girl!
そう、ゆっくり休んでね。何より私を友達と言ってくれて嬉しいわ。誰にだって友達は必要だもの。自分ではそう思えなくてもね。だからありがとう、ヤスエ。また来るから。
With that, I take a deep breath and close my eyes. Even as the magic begins to take hold, my mind is elsewhere. I couldn't make the world a better place as Shino is working towards. I'm too selfish and too useless to do something like that. What I can do is help this one person.
Girl.
Yeah.
Just stayed longer.
Yeah. Act 1, Scene 4. Alright, we should stop here for the night.
We should.
Hidden people. Interesting. Oh. Save. 3. Alright. You sure you want to quit? Yes. End screen.
Yeah.
Anyways, music that you're hearing tonight is the Bastion original soundtrack. One of my favorite games of all time. Bastion is such a good game. Oh wait, hey, gotta look. Guess what?
It's game on!
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so let's see who else is on. Richard's on. Finishing Infinite Wealth. Indial is playing Donut County, which is basically, if I remember correctly, it's like a game about like letting things fall into a hole and making it bigger and bigger. It's kind of funny. And Architects and Y0. Oh boy. Dojo Gaming TV is also in Infinite Wealth. And Menos Lunashi is in Near Replicant. And Linen 11 is Guilty as Sock. Don't know what that is. Let's see. And in other categories, it's mostly Danganronpas, so yeah, never mind. Whomst shall we annoy? I mean, raid.
Richard, I guess.
Okay. Oh, by the way, she has the same, a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday schedule now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Sick.
Anyways, we'll see you all next time. Hopefully we don't get too far in the game.
Hopefully we have more to play.
Alright, anyways, we'll see you all next time. Bye!
Bye!